Welcome to the Aquaholic Top 10 Super Yachts 2021. So these are the super yachts I got on board and brought you guys this year. I thought I would run through and let you know which are my favourites. Now we should probably clarify what a super yacht is. Now industry standards for super yachts is generally rated at 24 metres and above, but it's slightly more complicated than that because it's 24 metres load line length, and that's not necessarily the same as the total length of the boat. So for Aquaholic, generally speaking, anything of 85 feet and above we class as a super yacht. It is arguable. There are some boats which are 100 feet which sneak just below it, boats like the X95 for example from Princess, but nonetheless you've got to put a line somewhere. So 85 foot and above, we're calling it a super yacht, and this is my top 10. So in at number 10 is the San Lorenzo SX112. Now this is an interesting one. I think a lot of people didn't quite get this boat, and maybe I didn't explain it very well. It's important to remember that San Lorenzo have an SL range and an SD range of more traditional and conventional super yachts. The SX range is the sportier boats, the sexier boats, the party boats. So they're less focused on maximum accommodation, they're more focused on fantastic living spaces, huge beach clubs, and tremendous looks, and they're a boat for going out and having fun on. If you had a car analogy, they'd be the coupes rather than the people carriers, and the SX112 fulfills that brief brilliantly. Yes, absolutely, you can find a boat with more cabin space if you want it, but that's not what it's about. What it's about is a tremendous styling, loads of space, and just an amazing looking machine. And I think what we'll do is we'll head down first of all to the lower deck, because this of course is where the cabins are. There are 3 cabins on this, but it's also this wonderful area here for lounging and tucking yourself away. But there are, in fact, you can see there's tracks in the ceiling, there are doors that slide across. This can be converted into a cabin if you want to. If we go over here, another hidden little entrance. If we push that and swing that open, it extends right through into here as well. Now there is a watertight door here, so if you're at sea you would close that to increase the integrity. But if we go into here, this owner has this laid out as a gymnasium. So this all folds out from here. There's more equipment in behind that one. These all open, it all folds out. And that's how he uses this. So the owner's cabin is actually split right through here. And you can have this for whatever you want, of course. And then there's doors here that take you out to the beach club. Number 9 is a second-hand boat. I think it's the only second-hand boat on my list actually. And it's a Swift Ships 47 metre that Burgess got me on board. And I was really intrigued to see this one because it was built in 1999. It had a refit in 2014. And it's a great example of just how much super yacht you can buy for, comparatively, because they're all expensive, not a massive amount of money compared to what yachts of that size normally cost. But what I found most intriguing about it was the interior finishes, because it had that beautiful, warm, lovely feel. It wasn't super modern, it wasn't all contemporary. It felt like a yacht ought to feel. It felt warm, it felt cozy, it felt luxurious, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful machine. And it just felt in really nice condition as well, because it had that refit not too long ago. It was just a wonderful thing to be aboard. So I was very taken with that boat, and I think it deserves a place in the top 10. You've got a real sense that this is the sort of the epitome of super yachting, and it starts right here. Look at that. That is just gorgeous. Love this bar area down here. It just feels like, well, like a luxury ship ought to feel. It's just got that rich, warm loveliness to it. This is nice. You know you get into the big league when you actually have a separate dining area to your saloon. Love features like this as well. This lighting is just so lovely. And again, that lovely, rich, warm feeling throughout the whole boat. So head forward here, you've got this lobby area through the side door. That is through to the master cabin. And I'll show you the lower deck, because there's something very impressive on here. And that is a full beam. Now this is basically owner cabin spec. In fact, some owners would probably use this as an owner's cabin. And what's brilliant about this is if you have 2 couples, so perhaps joint owners, or if you're chartering the boat, then you might want to be able to charter it to 2 couples. And this means that nobody feels shortchanged, because it is, as I say, owner cabin standard. It's just vast. At number 8, I'm going to cheat a bit here, because I'm going to put in here AQUAHOLIC Towers, which of course is not a yacht at all. But if you've been following the channel, you've probably seen the work that we've been doing to the house that I bought, and we've given it a bit of a super yacht interior, particularly with the lighting up through the stairs and the hallway and all that kind of thing. And the reason that I'm sneaking it in is actually because the Yacht Solutions have been back and we've done a bit more work. Check this out. Welcome to the lower deck on AQUAHOLIC Towers and the latest improvements. Now, if you've been following the channel, of course, you'll know about the super yacht staircase and the way that goes all the way up and the amount of work that went into that. But there's been more work going on down here. Now, I'll take you into here first of all. This is the guest bedroom and this has all been finished. So we have new carpet in here, everything's been painted. We've got lovely new plug sockets with USBs built into them. And it's all looking very splendid, all ready for guests. So we're pleased with that. And then opposite, of course, if you remember, we've got the bathroom. Nothing much has changed there, apart from a bit of painting. So that's all looking pretty splendid. But the big news is through here, because you may recall that through this door was another kitchen, because this was originally an annex. That was no good to us, so Yacht Solutions have been down and it's now another bedroom. It's a smaller bedroom, of course, but it's a really perfectly decent size. For a single, it's fantastic. And so all the units have been taken off, the floor's been level because it was a bit messy once they'd gone. And yeah, it's making for a really lovely room. But the big news is up at this end, because this was originally just an alcove. You can see where it was originally from here to here, and that was just open. And what the guys from Yacht Solutions have done is they've put this bulkhead in here, and that has given enough space to give us a pocket door, just like on a yacht. So that now slides open. We've got PIRs on the lighting in here, of course. And it lights up like so. A bit of washing on at the minute. So this is now our utility area, but it's all been fitted out in here. So we've got the lovely Corian work surfaces. We've got the sink in underneath there now. The washing is just finished. Let's just turn that off. There we go. This has all been boxed in. This is where the boiler is. So that lives in there like so. And all the pipe work and everything is all boxed in. We've got some lovely funky lighting in underneath here, down here as well, and down underneath. And loving this as well. It's all my Dyson bits and pieces. So this just comes off like this, and then you put whatever attachment you want on, and there's a longer one as well that's down over there. We've got the big fridge freezer in here. And yeah, really, really pleased with that. They've done a brilliant job. And it's just made this whole area a lot more useful and a bit more super yachty. Number 7 is the Majesty 100. Now, Majesty always put in a solid performance. I've never been on a Majesty yacht yet. I haven't thought, yeah, actually, this is special. But the interesting thing with the Majesty 100 is just how much space they've got on it. It's a tremendously big boat inside. It really punches above its weight, and it's a really impressive machine. This is really nice. Now you can see they've got these big windows that drop all the way down, almost to floor level. And with this light wood, it just throws so much light into here. It feels so big and so spacious, and I love some of the details, like the way they've done this table here. It's just so beautifully wrought. And it's a great entertaining space. As you can see, you've got seating here all the way around. It's just a great place of an evening to sit and have a chat and just while your hours away. It's beautiful. We've got the dining area here, of course, and you can see this seats 4 on each side, plus 1 each end, so you've got 10 there very comfortably, and then lots of little storage areas tucked around. It's actually a very practical boat. There's a lot of thought gone into these, and in fact it's been a very popular boat for Golfcraft as a result. They sold a lot of these. This one's actually got a sky lounge, so you've got another separate upper deck saloon area. That is lovely. Love this little table here, for example. Then this is very, very comfortable. It's brilliant. For example, if you've got a whole group of people on here and the kids want to come up here and play computer games, for example, you've got a big screen up here that you could use for films or games or whatever else. Also, this whole area will close off because there's doors that come across here, and then these windows, you can see this one's half down, they're huge powered windows. There's buttons over here. If I look at the port one, for example, and hit the down button, you can see, look at that. And what that means is You can let the air through here. Now this is a really open area on a day like today, which is warm and nice. But if it's a bit chilly or indeed really hot, then you can close this whole thing up. You've got amazing views. You've got terrific view out across here. And it's just another really good livable area. The boat is full of them, in fact. There's so many different zones, both inside and outside. But that, I think, is a great feature. Number 6 is the Sunseeker 88 yacht. Now, this is an upgrade on the 86 yacht, but it's a serious upgrade. The most obvious thing as you come on board is the beach club. They've done an incredible job with the beach club on that yacht, but it goes much further than that. It goes to the layout, it goes to the interior finishes, it goes to bigger windows. They've kept everything that was great about the 86, but they brought it bang up to date and they've made a really nice job of it. And features like this lighting on the back here. It's proper super yacht, it really is. It's just amazing. TV here, of course. You've got all your lighting controls, air conditioning controls, all that kind of stuff is dotted around the boat. So you can see you can get into the systems here and change lighting and all that kind of stuff. Let's head on through a bit further. Love this lighting that you've put in here, that looks really nice. Then over here, again, there's a bit of a bar area. So more glasses are kept tucked away in there. And then we head forward again. This is the stairwell down to the lower deck. We're going to head forward first of all. So over here is the day heads. So that's up here on the main deck. Again, proper super yacht feature. And here it's quite clever because what they've done is put a pocket door here so you can close this off and you can have this if you want completely as a crew domain. So the helm is over on this side, there's a door straight out onto the side deck over there, and then up here 24-inch screens for your navigation, and as you can see these beautiful Sunseeker seats are here. And look at where they finished these doors, the way they've done this wood like this and the stainless steel. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And that, as I say, is the VIP cabin on this boat. If we head back a bit further, we'll find 2 more guest cabins. Of course, these are all en suite. So if we go into here, there we go, you've got 2 singles there. You can in fact motor these together. There's a track on the floor, so you can bring them and create a double if you want to. Again, there's beautiful linings that they put into here. Big windows. The circular section is an opening section, so you can get plenty of ventilation in here if you want, although of course it is all air conditioned. In fact, you can see the controller for that down here. In at number 5, the Princess Y85. Now, if you've been following my top 10s at the end of each year, you might say, well, hang on, Nick, you've already featured that one in the top 10, and you're right. So what's it doing there again? Well, simple really. Princess took me out for a spin on it. We took it down the coast, and it was just an incredible day out. It was early in the year, I think it was in February. It was biting cold, very clear, very crisp, and absolutely wonderful. And to experience that boat out on the water is to really understand what it's all about. It is an incredible machine. In at number 4 is the Rossetti 38M. Now, Rossetti is a company known for its ocean supply vessels, and it's pretty new into the super yacht scene, but they've really nailed it with this one. It's a stunning looking yacht, and the interior on it is superb. Now, of course, it's owner spec, so it's what the owner has chosen, but I think they've chosen brilliantly because it looks fantastic. It's got a wonderful feel to it. I love the way they've thrown plenty of light into it, not crammed too much into it, kept it nice and open, and yeah, just a lovely, lovely place to be. And out and round across this glass panel. Here we go. It feels quite odd, but I'm told it's entirely safe. And that is the upper deck saloon. Absolutely magnificent. And if we carry on again, there's another deck, would you believe? This takes us right up to the top of this ship. This is the sun deck. Now, this is an area where the owners intend to spend a lot of time. So they've got a lot going on here. They've got the gymnasium, they've got sunbathing, they've got a fantastic dining area, a massive bar over on this side. And if we head forward, a lovely seating area just here. This is the very top of those glass panels that run right down through the boat. Don't know how well you can see this. Probably not very, because that's a non-slip finish on there, of course. But yeah, that's where that light comes in. If we go right up here, these are neat. These are doors that will slide across, and then you've got canopies up into here that come down. So if you want to enclose this area, you can do that. It allows you to air condition it or heat it. So if you're in less clement conditions, you can still use this area completely. This is a shower, and this, as you can see, is a rather impressive hot tub. I think I was right in saying 4,700 litres. It's a big one. Number 3 is the new Marine XP37. Just absolutely vast on board. 7 cabins, a gym, a sauna, and yet there's no sense of compromise anyway. It's just so much volume. An amazing achievement from New Marine. So you've got the power door there, and look at this. Welcome to super yacht land. That's incredible. This is interesting. This, there's nothing in it yet, is going to be the gym. So you could have a rowing machine in here, or you could have a bike, you could have weights, whatever your fancy is. That's where that would live. The owner's cabin. Beautiful size you'd expect on a yacht of this calibre. You've got these beautiful long windows for a great view out. Over here is the dressing area. I love the way they finished this. It's kind of like a leather material. It just looks really smart. Back around here, this time we'll jink over to this side, and we will find this. In fact, I'm going to say I'm not convinced that first cabin we saw was even the master. Oh, we've got laundry facilities in here. That's interesting. There are other ones on the boat as well. Massive dressing area down through here, and then this is cabin 7 up here on the upper deck. Panoramic views. Imagine lying in bed and looking out across there. We'll go out there in a second and I'll show you all of that. TV here. It's arguable, isn't it? That one lower down I think is a little wider, but this is probably maybe a little bit more spectacular. I think you could swing it either way, couldn't you? You call either of these the owners. And I think that's pretty impressive that you have got cabins of this calibre where you're almost arguing over which is the best. In at number 2 is the San Lorenzo SL120. Now, this is a slightly more conventional yacht than the SX112. And it's one of those yachts you go aboard, you go around it, and you literally just can't find anything not to love about it. Now, San Lorenzo don't make anything much under 80 feet, so they really know what they're doing with these big yachts. And the interior is stunning, but the deck layout as well, the way they've configured everything, it just works, and it works brilliantly. The A in asymmetric means that you have a side deck over on the starboard side here, but you don't have one on the port side over here. Let me show you. You can see that is straight down the outside. So the benefit of that is just acres of space. Look how beamy this is. It is vast. Now she's a 5-cabin layout, so the 4 guest cabins are all down on this lower deck. And another thing we have, this is the first for Aquaholic, this is the lift. This takes you from here up to the main deck. If you sneak on round, you see they've left this as a day space. So you could have this as an office, you could have it as a little cinema room, you could have it for kids to come and mess around in, but you can make this into the 4th bedroom if you need it. So as I say, it is a 4-cabin layout down here, plus the owner's cabin further up. But the way they've done this I think is great, because it's just such a versatile area. Unless you're regularly wanting to use all 5 cabins, this makes an awful lot of sense. The other thing that this cabin has, which is absolutely lovely, let's just pause for a moment, take it all in. You'll notice there's a door here. Let's head on around this way. And as we get out through here, there's another door on the outside, so you've got one here and then this really heavy duty door, as you can see just there. So you've got real good integrity there when those are closed and you're out at sea. But then if those open, you've got brilliant access out to a private area for the owner, right up here on the bow. Very discreet, tucked away, loads of space. So you can come out here in the morning if you want to. The anchor winches are hidden underneath here, so it doubles up as a working area when the boat's being moored or anchored. But isn't that beautiful? And the lovely idea of having that exclusive to the owner, I think that's brilliant. And again, that's kind of able to be done because you don't have the side deck down this side, so this whole thing can come right across. You can see, in fact, the side deck instead runs over the top and down that way. We'll head this way because you can access this from here as well. So if you come out here for a drink in the morning, coffee, whatever, you can then head back this way to go and talk to the captain. You've got another terrific day space up here. That then takes you down to the side deck on the starboard side. And if we go across here, what this one does, as I mentioned, it's raised up, runs all the way back here, and now we have direct access to the flybridge. How neat is that? So in at number 1, it is the Sunseeker Ocean 90. I'd really been looking forward to this one. I'd seen the drawings, I'd seen the renderings, and it was launched down at Cannes, and it was the first super yacht I went on. As soon as I got down there, I made a beeline for it, and it totally lived up to expectations. The most amazing thing is the beam. It is hugely wide, and that creates space throughout the entire yacht. And of course, it's a Sunseeker, so the finish and the quality and everything else, just a wonderful, wonderful boat to be aboard. Now in here, you can have this configured pretty much however you like. This is what this owner's gone for. This is, let's see if I can pronounce this correctly, I think it's Minotti furniture that he's got in here. And again, you're seeing the incredible beam of this boat, because quite often what you have is you have a lounge area here and then you have your dining area across it that way. What they've done with this one, they put the lounging area over on this side and then run the dining down that way, which just gives you a ton of space. This owner wanted this whole area to be a one great big social area, and I think he's won. He's got that. But if you prefer, you could have this completely closed off, or you could have it with sections that will fold, so you can have it closed off or open at will. And that, of course, is the galley area. There's a side access door, so that you can go straight from here out onto the side deck. And then across here, you've got your Miele cooking equipment here and here. Sink, of course, all that kind of stuff. And then over here, fridges. Interesting thing about these is these are water chilled. And they're here too. Another side access door there, and you've got these big glass panels in the ceiling, so you can throw a ton of light into here, or you can power these across and close it off if you prefer. What you've got down here is a completely self-contained area for your VIP guests. So for example, imagine you're going boating, you've got your kids with you, but you've also got your parents with you, and they want to be able to tuck themselves away from the melee, then they can be down here and they're in a completely separate section of the boat. And then these steps take us back down to the main deck, but it's a separate area of the main deck. And what you've got down here is 3 more cabins. Again, you're seeing this feature panel across here. Just looks really nice. And if we go right back through to here, this then is actually the master cabin. So that's it. That is my top 10 of super yachts in 2021. But let me know what you think. What would you have chosen? What order would you put them in? What have I missed? What should have been there? What shouldn't have been there? And I'll take this opportunity to thank you so much for your support of Aquaholic. We just wouldn't be a channel without you, obviously. And it's brilliant. I love reading the comments, love interacting with you guys. I think we've got a really good community on here. And I hope you continue to watch. If you've not subscribed, do hit that button. It'd be great to have you on board. And I look forward to bringing you a load more great boats as we go through 2022. In the meantime, I hope you've had a fantastic Christmas. And I hope you have an absolutely brilliant new year. We'll catch up with you again very soon. Take care. Bye-bye. And we'll look forward to another year of super yachts, I hope, in 2020. Or even 2022 if we don't have a time machine. Let's do that bit again.